Hey folks, today we're talking about financial planning, why it makes sense for you, who needs one, what are the pitfalls to avoid, and what to make sure you have in yours. I'm Rob Tatro from robtatro.com, head of the Tatro Wealth Advisor Group here at Canaccord Genuity Wealth Management. Brings me great joy to be here today, folks, to talk to you about financial planning. I'm here with Adam Buss. He's a fantastic CFP wizard at this kind of stuff, senior wealth and estate planner here at Canaccord Genuity Wealth Management. Adam, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Rob.
Yeah, on these wonderful blue chairs.
Fantastic.
Yes. Before we get into it, I do want to take a second, if you can, please give us a follow. We'd love to have your follow. Give us your thoughts, your comments. Give us a like. Again, if you have questions about this, the financial planning, wealth management, how we build portfolios, anything like that, please go to speaktorob.com. We could book a free consultation for you. All right, Adam, financial plans. Who needs to have a financial plan?
Well, Rob, in my opinion, I think everybody needs to have a financial plan.
Is your opinion biased?
Well, because I do the financial planning, it's automatically biased, but yes, as a financial planner, I believe everybody needs a financial plan, but everybody needs one for different reasons. Everybody's at different stages of life. The ones that we often come across are, potentially those approaching retirement.
So they're approaching retirement. What are some of the where I would imagine you're approaching retirement, you're thinking, oh my goodness, do I have enough cash where am I going to take my cash, and do I have enough cash for retirement?
That is often the biggest question is can I retire? Sometimes it's us giving the client permission, saying, yes, you have enough financial resources or cash at your disposal to retire comfortably and live that lifestyle. The financial planning process is all about giving the client peace of mind that they can accomplish their retirement goals.
Let's talk about the actual process, like the financial planning process here at the Tatro Group, for example. How does it go?
Well, we have a fairly dedicated process. It generally involves a couple different meetings with the client. We want to sit down, we want to get to know you, we want to know what your unique goals and objectives are. There's no cookie cutter approach here. There's no one size fits all when it comes to financial planning, because unless I sit down with you and learn, what's important to you, I can't try to accomplish those goals for you. So first, we want to do a fact-finding meeting. We want to sit down, we want to gather as much information as possible from the client. Then I go back and I work on building the financial plan. Perhaps I need to get some additional information, coordinate with the client's accountant, lawyer, anybody else that's important in that decision-making process. And then I have the plan ready. We'll sit down with the client. We're going to go through everything step by step, educate them on the entire process, what's important. And then, of course, it's not just simply done at that point. We want to do annual reviews. We want to make sure that we're keeping up with any changes that happen in the client's life.
So someone sells an asset perhaps, or there's a death, or maybe there's a new grandchild and there's goals for that. That would for sure form part of the review process.
For sure. We call it major life events. So a death in the family, an inheritance, a retirement, a birth of somebody, all those different things may change how the client views their financial goals going forward.
Okay, so let's take a look at the kind of questions on people's minds. So cash flow, or do I have enough to retire? What are some of the other questions that you would kind of look at and see, or some of the other issues that you would see when you're doing the financial plan?
Often it's, nobody wants to pay more tax than necessary, so everybody wants to pay the least amount of tax possible. So we always take that approach with clients, whether it's an incorporated individual that asks the question, should I take dividends or salary, or should I draw down my corporation or start taking money from my RSP? That's a very common one that we get. And often it's, how much money's left for my beneficiaries down the road, or can I leave more money to the family, or what's my tax bill when I pass away? Those are all some of the aspects that we look at.
What are some of the pitfalls that you've seen that you kind of that you're able to avoid, or we're able to advise people to avoid in planning? So I'm imagining kind of income splitting, and you mentioned taking money from the wrong corporation, or taking dividends instead of salary. What are some of those other ones that you sometimes see?
Well, those are certainly a lot of the big ones, but a big one is not planning ahead of time, right? Coming to us after you've already retired and then wondering, well, did I make the right choice? Should I have waited to retire? Should I have waited to take my Canada pension plan?
The world famous, should I take my CPP question?
That is a world famous question, and one that we see multiple times per day.
right? So sometimes, so it's too late once you've made that decision to go back.
Once you decide, that's it. You're stuck with whatever choice you made.
Okay, so we would take a look at that. We would take a look at income splitting. We would take a look at tax efficiency in corporations. We would take a look at to see, I would imagine, if there's any life insurance that can be used to kind of optimize wealth. And what does the actual, like, so what do you actually do in a plan? Like, it's number crunching and it's cash flow projection?
That's the basis of it. I mean, we come back with a nice detailed report saying, okay, what does your cash flow look like in retirement? It's great, you want $6,000 per month, but where do we take that from in order to reach that $6,000 per month? We're going to look at your Canada pension plan, your old age security, your perhaps work pension, your corporate dollars, your RSP, your RIF, your tax-free. You know, where's the most logical and efficient way that we can get to that goal of, let's say, $6,000 per month?
And then you will build that year by year.
Yes.
Until 90, 95, something like that.
Yeah, we generally try to use fairly conservative planning, so project it out until mid-90s to ensure that the client does not run out of financial resources.
What about this comment I hear all the time that you need 70% of your income in retirement to live? What do you think about that?
That I would view as a common misconception. You know, if I'm working today and retired tomorrow, my lifestyle and expenses are probably the same. So I can't say that I need 70% of my income. Perhaps I want to travel more in retirement time. So my expenses may actually go up. There is no one size fits all. It's about us getting to know the client, their goals, objectives, their cash flow needs, to make sure that we are achieving their target number that they want to spend.
And the great thing is that it's truly a year by year breakdown, so that if there is a year where you would maybe sell the home or sell the cottage or get an inheritance, that can be factored into the plan.
Absolutely. We want to update it as time goes on as well. So, I mean, you may know that you're going to get an inheritance down the road, but we don't build it in. We wait for it to actually happen. We have a real dollar, we'll factor it in. We can estimate when you're going to sell the cottage or when you're going to sell the house. Perhaps you want to downsize, or you want to, sell the family cottage down the road.
And I imagine that there are some years where there's going to be less expenditures potentially down the line, and these plans are very nimble, and you're able to maybe front load them for some clients, so more cash flow needed in years 1 to 10 or whatever, and less cash flow needed potentially at the back end.
We see that very often with clients that they have a higher need for the maybe first 10 to 15 years of retirement. They're more active years. They want to travel more. You want to do a lot of fun things while you're healthy and able to do these. You need more cash to do that. So we want to add more cash to the budget for the first couple of years and then reduce that down over time.
See, at the end of the day, our goal here is to protect the wealth, make sure that we can answer the question as to, can I retire? Like, the financial planning process initially is going to be, can I retire? That's the question. And then it's going to be optimized, right?
Absolutely.
Which accounts, tax efficiency, leaving more to the estate, protecting the wealth. So it truly is a fun process. We've gone through it so many times with clients. And what I find, it brings me great joy, because when we do deliver that plan to the clients, they are so thrilled. They're so excited. They have an answer. They know, they have peace of mind, and they tell us how unbelievable it is for them to get this peace of mind. It's something that I truly love doing, one part of my job that I really, really love. I also love building portfolios, but that's fun too. Thanks for coming, Adam, today. I appreciate you taking the time to chat with us about financial planning and how important it is for clients. I'm Rob Tatro from therobtatro.com, head of the Tatro Wealth Advisory Group here at Canaccord Genuity Wealth Management. Adam Buss, Senior Health, Wealth and Estate Planner, Canaccord Genuity Wealth Management. Guys, take a second, give us a follow. We'd love to get your follow. We put out some great content. You're going to love our content, trust me. If you liked what you saw, please like it. We'd love to hear your 2 cents as well. Give us your comments. And if you'd like to book a no obligation consultation, please go to speaktorob.com. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.